Good afternoon, friends. It's time for another slightly more in-depth review of one of the very good books in my library. This one's American Druidry, Crafting the Wild Soul by Kimberly Kirner, 2024, published by Bloomsbury. Kimberly Kirner is a kind, intelligent, eloquent, and sensitive person. She writes beautifully about her spiritual path and the evolving religion of Druidry. Now, this book is an autoethnography. It's an academic approach that begins with the personal experience and reflection of the writer, which is a vulnerability that makes it much more powerful and real. The book begins with a clear and effective introduction, the why, what, how, and then she has 3 sections of 4 chapters. The first one, all as sacred, place, time, and body. All as conscious, a relational spirituality with nature spirits, ancestors, shining ones, deities. All as worthy in living Druidry, right action, knowledge, peace and justice, and divine connection, and loving others. In each section, she explores personal experiences and reflection on aspects of each theme, together with relevant training and education. And the 4th chapter in each section delves deeply into the academic literature and the theoretical aspects of it. Now, she's drawing from survey data and conversations with Druid acquaintances, as well as her own inward journey, wide reading, and experiences in nature, and crafts what is really a beautiful and profound theology. I'm tremendously impressed, personally, and moved by her compassion, her intelligence, her grasp of the relevant literature, her writing style, and I personally am inspired after reading this book to explore my own theology a little more deeply. Now, this autoethnographic approach is quite challenging, and if it's poorly done, it can become very self-indulgent and shallow. Kerner has mastered this difficult approach, and for very good reasons, she applies it here, to open up this spiritual path for mutual exploration and a very grounded understanding. Now, my spiritual path of Wicca is a sibling path to Druidry. Although I recognize great similarities, there are also great differences. However, her discussion of issues like individualism and community, adapting a desire for sustainability and a nature-centered approach to living in the currently non-sustainable and exploitative societies which we find ourselves in, the issues around mystical and unverifiable personal gnosis-centered spirituality. Um, her discussions here are very sophisticated and valuable. These are concerns that are common to both our religions. Now, one reading cannot exhaust the insights of this book. I've found myself rethinking my relationships with the ancestors, reframing my approach to local nature spirits, and I've begun to adjust my theology in other ways after just my first read through. I can see this book being a very important foundation to my work in the future. I'll have to say she's made a very valuable contribution to Druidry and to religious studies in general here. I'll recommend this book very highly to anyone who's called to a nature-centered spirituality, a relational and embodied spirituality, a participatory spirituality, in which we co-create our religion and our relationships with the divine. This is complex, kind, theoretically and personally deep, and simply a wonderful book. And I'm glad that I have a copy of it. You take care now.